Yevhen,
Yes.
is Ukraine winning, losing, or in a stalemate with Russia?
I think Ukraine is surviving. And I think Ukraine is doing something that Ukraine's been good at for the last century. Ukraine has had a number of recurring catastrophes happening. The famine, the cruel Second World War, the repressions, the Chernobyl nuclear explosion, and the Russian occupation of Ukraine is only an event in a series of events. So when we take a look at it from the point of view of long history, this is probably one of the challenges where Ukraine is best prepared to fight it off.
What happens now that President Trump met with President Putin in Alaska, seemed confident that he had an impending solution to the war, and now, however, the Kremlin says that a summit meeting between Putin and Zelensky, which Trump had touted, is a non-starter. What does that mean?
That means that the US are making the first steps in their Russian studies, and it will probably take some time for the US diplomacy to learn that Russia will not cooperate. And the only language that Kremlin understands is strength. So there were windows of opportunities that were lost under Biden administration when Ukraine could have been supported in a more efficient way, so Ukraine could fight Russia more efficiently. And now, after many trials and mistakes, eventually, I believe the US will come to the same conclusion that this is the way to follow. But we are still, in this 5 stages of grief, we're still in denial stage. So it will take some time.
What about the front lines? You were just telling me a moment ago that you were astonished by the developments taking place with AI. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, the rules of engagement in this war have been rewritten many times. The drones are changing the type of warfare that we have. AI is changing the logic of human engagement in the war. So basically, things that we thought were the bedrock of any military are becoming obsolete. The tanks are becoming obsolete. Some artillery is becoming obsolete. Even strategic aviation is becoming obsolete. We have to understand that this new warfare basically opens Pandora box, not only in the Russian-Ukraine war, but in all future wars. And the closer we shut this Pandora box, the easier it will be for humanity to survive. We have a handful of other crises that are following us. We have climate, we have AI and ethics and all the ethical issues. We have other challenges that stand before humanity. This one actually cuts the time that we have to resolve them.
Why? What do you mean by that we've opened a Pandora's box? What does that exactly mean?
Well, we have 2 industrialized nations fighting each other with state-of-the-art technologies, with populations that are talented and capable of creative ideas, with
and creative destruction.
Well, this is not the Schumpeter's creative destruction that we
but
have in the economy.
It is the same principle.
Well, it's creativity in destruction, or I would even say extermination. And we don't want to test where the limit is. Ukraine has been denied some of the conventional solutions by the United States. And because Ukraine has been denied these types of arms, that doesn't mean that the challenges that they were designed to solve have disappeared. So Ukrainians had to find a different way of doing that. This is how we had the Operation Spiderweb. This is how Ukrainians are developing their own rockets and their own drones and their own means of production and their own software. So basically what it means is that we have taken now in this war a path where some of the talent that was trained to excel at civilian purposes has been transferred to military purposes. And now this talent and this passion will be working to develop technologies that are designed to protect Ukraine from the aggressor. But eventually, these technologies will proliferate and be available to malevolent armies, be available to private individuals maybe, be available to organizations that probably have toxic missions. So this is the problem. We can't actually keep the genie in the bottle. Once it's out, it's very expensive to deal with it.